So a reminder, guys, you are hearing me right now. Everybody is in the chat. We will have Inspired and Jensen as our two captains. They will be on opposing teams.
Go.
Expected to be lots of mix-ups here. I had to decide who gets the first pick. It has to be the Hui, right? It has to be Jensen getting first pick after dominating game one, painting the rift with blood, I guess, to use a Basil analogy to the catch he drew before. Jensen, how you feeling now? You feeling hyped up, I'm sure.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking pumped. Let's get this show going.
That's right. That's right. We can use that word here. We're not on the LCS stream. It's cool. So, you have the overall first pick. You can choose anyone other than Inspired to be on your team. Who you feeling? Do you have like one question you want to ask them? We want to get this done about 30 seconds a pick. So, who you feeling for first pick here?
Okay, I just pick now?
You pick now.
Okay, and I can play whatever role I want, right?
You can play whatever role you want. You can say it out loud. You can decide it later.
Captain, bro.
Okay.
You're the captain.
Okay. I pick quad.
All right.
Okay.
All right. You're
Interesting.
opening with another mid laner. Okay.
Mid bias.
We don't know if it's strategic or not, but quad on Team Jensen. Got it. All right. Inspired. Who are you feeling for first pick?
Do I get to choose two of them or just one player?
We're doing 1-1. We might change the rules for the
Really?
next one, but just one. That's right. Just one.
Bwipo. Bwipo is my pick.
All right. So we got some EU bias going on here. We love it to see. So currently we have the two mid laners, Jensen and Quad. I'm like having flashbacks to the 2021 offseason with the whole Jensen Bjergsen super team that was going to happen at that time. So we'll see what roles they're playing. And then we have Inspired and Bwipo, the lovers duo topside for the main team. Okay. So we're back on Jensen. Who we adding? Who we adding? What are we thinking?
Okay, I'm gonna pick Busio.
All right. Now, Busio, former mid laner. So I think we are getting like a full mid lane historic team going on here, which
That wasn't what I was going for, but is there more mid laners? Because that sounds like a good plan.
I mean, that's on you to work out, bro. You can ask people on the screen and try and get Nuke Duck out of retirement out there. But that's 3 mid laners. It's a good start. Look, when I went to choose support players, I would choose former mid laners, so I know how it goes. We got 3 players, though, Inspired. What are we thinking?
I'm choosing Messi.
All right, Messi or Masu, I'm going to guess, as your third choice
Masu,
here.
Yeah.
Now, Masu is a well-known off-roller in solo queue, so I definitely am not going to guarantee that this guy's going to play to carry on the stream. He's smiling. He knows. Infamous for his Aatrox and Akali, if you know, you know. So we got 3 on 3. All right, coming back to Jensen. What are we thinking for fourth pick here?
I'm going 30.
Surdy, the dominant member.
Okay.
I'm surprised Surdy fell to pick 7 here. Surdy, are we feeling disrespected by that? Are we just hyped to play with some mid laners? What are you thinking?
A little bit disrespected, but you know, I love my solo laners. I think it's going to be a good time.
I love that you still have that slight Australian twang. If people don't know, Surdy is a dual Australian-American citizen, so got my hashtag nepotism hat on for him. Let's go to Inspired. 2 picks left, 3 players left. Who are you thinking?
Shaden. Shaden is my choice now.
Shaden, okay. Another multi-role talent, Shaden, as the 4th pick here. So we only have 2 players left. That's
fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, this is difficult because I needed a jungler. I don't know who can jungle here.
It's over.
I mean, that's for you to work out, bro.
Okay, guys. Who jungles here?
I used the jungle, bro.
No, we say, okay, you can jungle, bro. Welcome to the team.
Nice.
Hey, welcome.
All right. And so that locks our teams, right? I think we should have everybody in role here. So confirming, what is the name of your last pick, Jensen?
Say it.
All right. He was actually a solo queue jungler as recently as a year ago. Like his role swap a year ago to ADC was actually super recent. So.
Wow, that's the weirdest role swap you could ever.
Agreed. I actually agree with you, Inspired. What is your main off role, Inspired? If you're not playing jungle, what are you playing?
I mean, if I'm tryharding mid, if I'm wanting to troll, then other roles. But
honestly, I can't wait. I really want to see you play mid against Quad. Actually, that's gonna be a good one.
Oof. What? I mean, if he's blind picking Disco Nunu against Quad, that could be very painful. So we'll wait and see how that goes.
But I think that's the point of Nunu, though.
I don't know, Bwipo. I have no idea who it's going to be painful for. But we do have the teams.
Crazy stuff.
Bwipo, you've seen some stuff in Scrims, in Fnatic, in EU, and NA. You've seen all the stuff. I mean, okay.
I've seen crazy tech. Actually,
Yeah.
Inspired is actually VOD reviewing plus practice. I will just say, I
I'm impressed by his work ethic. Make sure this Nunu is going to have a performance.
I did play 5 games and averaged like a 15 devs a game, so
And Riot hasn't banned you, and you haven't had your tournament realm account removed. So you're doing something right. You're practicing. That is LCS approved Disco Nunu practice coming through. I think Busio, you owe a Pike pick. It did get banned in game 1, but if it's not banned, you picking it? Any
yeah,
role?
it needs to be.
As a
not allowed to be
captain, I
banned.
might not allow the Pike on my team, but we'll discuss
I'm
that
leaving your
later.
team. I'm locking in Piked up.
You are wearing a Logitech
God.
wireless headset, so if you want to get over there and like physically stop him clicking on it, like good luck to you, Jensen. I mean, that's.
Oh, but we have
bans.
bans, don't we?
I won't let it happen.
All right. Wow.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot going on there. I don't think the coaches are going to bother drafting this one. Who even knows what roles they're playing? But I'll run through the rosters. I imagine we're ready to start getting into the lobby soon. So Jensen, Quad, Busio, Surdy, and Saged. Apparently Saged playing jungle. We'll wait and see. Inspired, Whippo, Masu, Shaden, and Chime. I'm expecting hijinks here. I want to see some pocket picks. I hope there's a Whippo callback to one of your famous champions. We haven't seen the Urgot for a while, Whippo. That's personally where my bias is at. But whatever looks good, let's see it. But
Pretty well.
yeah.
I don't know if I want to use some of my actual picks.
Hey,
Next
remember, you got 2 weeks to cook up more stuff, and this is 14.3.
That's true. Point.
So-
Actually, I would have loved to pick Renekton, especially unless his fortunate buffs aren't
Wha-
yet.
Okay, well, good news. You are going to be drafting against LS next game, so the Renekton either being picked or banned is going to be on you to decide that one. But we'll hold it there. Any last thoughts from the captains before we get into this one?
I mean, I just can't wait to shit on Inspired. Let's just get the show going.
outdrafted. He got outdrafted.
All right, Jensen says he's going to
We'll
shit
see,
on
we'll see.
Inspired.
He's coping right
Inspired
now.
said he's got outdrafted. So let's get the madness started and move the guys up and get this game going. All right.
Oh, yo, sorry. I was play-by-play typing the draft to my chat because I broke the audio in my co-stream, so that's why I'm further back away here. That was my bad.
Reflections, Cubby. What did you take away from the banter there?
I mean, I feel like he's extreme mid bias for Jensen, which honestly I respect. You know, he respects his competition, so he's just gonna take everyone that like played mid in solo queue and put it on his team. I like that.
I mean, that's theoretically exhausting the pool, but Inspired, I think, is just going to play Disco Nunu mid, so I do feel like there's like already a matchup there. Basil, any takeaways from
Yeah.
the draft there?
So I'm actually really excited to see Jensen's team because Sajed actually is like multi-role challenger. He's like
Yeah.
challenger jungle, challenger ADC, and I actually was watching him play a lot of jungle back in the day. So excited to see that again because now he just plays AD.
So my understanding, Flowers, is that Saged went from a Kha'Zix jungle main to a Vayne ADC main. That's like that's his career trajectory as recently as 1 year ago. So he actually has role swap from challenger jungle to challenger AD in the last year. Thoughts on that new piece of information?
On this hand, I love purple bug champions. On this hand, I hate Vayne. I am so torn right now. There is a tug of war in my heart, pulling me apart on whether or not I should cheer for this man or not. I am truly and utterly perplexed and at an impasse.
Look, being conflicted as a caster happens all the time. You know, that's just the way it goes. Your heart says one thing, your head says another. Your dinner reservations say another thing. You know how it goes with being
Gotta
casters,
trust the
so.
dinner reservations, man.
So we're waiting for production to let us know that the lobby's ready to go, but this one should be fun. I mean, I'd be surprised if more than like 2 players are playing on role in this game, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got both junglers on the same team. We got both mid laners on the same team. It is my understanding that an AD carry is going back to the jungle, as we were just discussing. I hope he plays a purple bug, but maybe or maybe not Kha'Zix. You know, there's another purple bug you might be able to play. You know, just fucking tag me in the chat. I could.
What
let you
role
know
is
some rooms
Jensen
from
gonna
masters.
play?
Well, it sounds like Jensen said he wanted to see Inspired and
Quad play
Inspired
mid.
and Quad go up in mid. And Jensen started off the draft by saying, "I can pick whatever role I want," right? So Jensen definitely has something cooking. The man's got an idea. I just have no idea what his idea is.
Again, the last time they thought about stacking mid laners and going off role, Jensen was going to be playing AD for Bjergsen. So like that's like one spot. I mean, some of his mid lane champions work in top. Like I don't know. What are your thoughts, Basil? Predict what role Jensen will play in this game.
I want to see him on AD. I think that would be fun.
Does he play an
So-
AD carry or does he play like Victor?
Fuck
bot
if
or
I know.
something?
Oh, sorry. I don't know. I don't.
Did you hear Jensen? This guy was swearing up a storm.
Chad Basil.
Yeah, Jensen has like the EU pass though. You know, he gets like more language. Yeah.
One of the reasons, so when I was giving design direction for like best of the West, I was like Americana, you know, like the famous like American flag gifs that you get when you type in America, you know, into Twitter. One of the reasons why it lands well is partly, of course, you know, the flowers, you know, energy greater than G2 stuff that he baited Casual with on stream, but it's also the fact that we have 3 European-born players and a European head coach. So it's like very hashtag aware marketing here of like, we're the most American. Also, we have the only Europeans in the league. Remember that, Flowers. There are no European players outside of FlyQuest in the league.
It's
really?
like it's like JoJo
Yes.
walking out with the team like a USA flag.
There
you
is
know?
3 European players in the LCS, all of them on FlyQuest. People in the chat probably don't realize this either. It's actually a kind of hidden thing.
Yeah, but people in the chat don't work on the LCS, so it's kind of dumb if I don't know it. I'll throw myself under the bus on that one, baby. I'm a speed bump. Okay, well, I trust you, Papa Smithy. Our friendship over the years leads me to be inclined to go for trust here. I believe you. Damn, okay. FlyQuest. Wait, you can't spell FlyQuest without EU. There you go. That's how you get the EU fans to come on over and support you guys.
I don't know if it's dyslexia. It's actually UE, and you have to invert it. But it's fine. I understand what you're saying. It makes sense.
Okay, fine. You know what I'm going for.
If people are wondering why it's taking a bit of time to get the lobby going, they're trying to actually like get in the right order for what they're going to actually play. I think. Who knows?
Oh, okay.
Even if they might bait us. Who knows? It might be Jensen in the 4th spot and he doesn't play AD. We'll wait and see. But it sounds like we're ready to go live. So we're going to throw it over to casters. Basil, have another another Microsoft Paint window open.
We'll do.
Reaction cat going, and Flowers and Cubby, take it away.
Awesome. Okay, let's put this back here. I was getting a lot of clickety-clackety noises. I had to move the keyboard further away from the mic. Otherwise, it was just too much weird click-clack noises. All right, we're back. Hopefully, you guys can hear Cubby, I hope. And, yeah, we're going to have a great time here. This ought to be fun. We got the captain's draft. Team Jensen versus Team Inspired. I know that we hit the donation goal for team names, so I'll be... production, just let me know what I'm supposed to call these guys during the game. If we're going to have custom team names for this one, I'll check Discord and try to figure out what you guys are telling me. But for right now, it's Team Jensen versus Team Inspired. The bans are already truly something to behold, with Timo and Amumu being banned out first.
I mean, until chat comes up with something more intelligent than me, which will be quick, it's mid bias versus EU bias at the moment. So I think Jensen taking away the Timo and the Amumu. They definitely are more so on the path of fun, and it looks like Team Inspired, they're like, these are the things I don't want to play up against. Why'd they ban the Nunu?
Dude, you're banning out the disco. What is this? We've been denied disco Nunu. I feel robbed. All right, Twisted Fate, Viego, they're banned out. What's the last ban for Team Inspired? Are you gonna? Do they know what Jensen
Pike?
wants to play for fun? Because then
I don't know.
if he bans your disco Nunu, I think you ban his fun pick, whatever it is. Fun for fun. Okay, they're just gonna lose the ban.
I mean, respect. They don't need it. It's fine. Sometimes it's just about sending a message, you know?
All right, well, no ban. First pick, lock it. All right, the Pike is locked in, baby. Busio's ready to go.
I mean, in a way, that's like hiding all your cards, right? Busio has to play the Pike, so they get to still hide their picks. I'm curious, though. We got Blippo Masu in the bot lane with how things are lined up right now.
Whoa.
Jensen v. Blippo, don't play the cat. It's supposed to be a show match. Do not play the cat.
Dude, we got the Kaisa locked in, though. Whippo hovers Kaisa every game, and now Whippo's going to actually pilot it here in the show match. Let's go.
I do like that. We'll see what Masu wants to do, as Masu, you know, hopefully he's learned from Busio, like, how to be a good support. So it looks like Masu is taking on some Nautilus duty, as that is what he has learned so far.
Okay, we got the Kaisa Nautilus, the classic bottom lane all-in combo. They're up against the Pike. I always want to see something aggressive with the Pike too. So let's see what Team Jensen has cooked up here. What are we going to see in the jungle? Do we get the Kazakhs? I mean, I'm honestly hoping we get the Kazakhs. I want to see what this guy's got on the purple bug.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Like Sajed doing like the reverse score, you know, going from jungle to AD. It's something where I know that. It's really interesting because Sajed really is like a younger player, at least in the scene. I think it's really unique that he ended up on FlyQuest this year. That was something that, like, you know, when I was talking with FlyQuest about, you know, how and why they ended up with Sajed being picked up, that was one of them. And this is a treat. Quads Cassiopeia. He was rank 1 on the Korean server, maining Cassiopeia. He's played it already in Challengers. He is filthy on this champion.
Okay.
And I think Jets is about to chirp Inspired right now. Like, you know what Quad's like on this thing? Inspired's in for.
All right, so traditionally, the way that you play against Cassiopeia, you got to be able to outrange her. She's so good against anything that gets in her range. Inspired, going to go with the most uninspired pick of all time and pick the most common mid laner to ever lane mid in the history of this game that we all play called League of Legends. He's going Bedge. He's going Orianna.
I mean, I could hear Bustio being like, guys, they're taking this for real again. You know, they're actually, they're tryharding this game. As Inspired, I mean, he's watched Jensen play quite a bit of Ori, especially this split, as is per usual. As I think Jensen, I know Ori's his most played. I think he's a couple games away from like getting 100 games on that champ point competitively, which would be a crazy feat, quite frankly.
I know that Jensen's Orianna win rate is also something. It's like 78, 77%.
Yeah.
It's one of those numbers where if you see it on a guy's OP.GG in solo queue, you assume it's probably an account getting boosted because the numbers shouldn't be able to go that high. But no, Jensen is just doing those kinds of numbers in pro play. The guy's insane on the champion. We'll see how they stack up against him. Vi banned out. I love to see that. Again, get the meta champions out of here, man. It's a captain's draft show match. I do not want to see the same champion I see 10 times a week. Kha'Zix banned away.
No.
Why'd they self-ban? What?
I mean, so Shaden's a bit of a gremlin in solo queue. I know that he does like the Kha'Zix, so maybe it's aimed at him. I am curious to see what Shaden rocks. Shaden, he was rank 1, rank 2 a couple years ago, playing mostly Nidalee, Lee Sin, Kindred, Graves. Those would be his 4 champs. Interested to see if he goes for it. His Graves is really, really good. We'll see if they get creative here, as Shaden and Blippo both on the Graves. Or could play the Graves, who knows? Maybe we get a role swap in here.
Since this isn't an official cast, am I allowed to call him Tombs the Gunman? That's an old shit post from the LOL forums back in like 2014, before most people who were watching this were probably even born. I've always called him that in my mind, though. It's one of the things I had to untrain when I became a commentator. But now I think I might finally have my chance.
If that's the case, then I think everyone's missing out with the lack of jacks that we have in this game for what you like to refer to as jacks on your stream. As at least Bustio flips through it.
I don't know if I can say that on this stream. It's still technically a sponsored event.
Was the Graves, was that before or after they reworked him and like changed the auto attack?
I'm pretty sure that was back before him. It was Tombs the Gunman, Mr. Yu was Master Yi, and Umar the multi-animal man was Udyr. And that was because it was back when Wriggle's Lantern was in the game, because he said he started every game by buying Wrigley's lamp. It was really, League of Legends used to be a very different world.
Yeah, my friend always called Udyr Al Gore off of a very good episode of a show. That said, looks like Chime, he sees the degenerate Darius pick in the top side from Surdy, and he's like, I know how to match this, as top lane Tom Kench is a solo queue terror with the rename Casper's Kittens. That's going to be Inspired's team. And then Team Jensen's still basic,
Wait, how does Team Jensen still just be called Team Jensen? I have to say this kitten stuff for the other man.
They found a way to get around the UWUs, and the OOs with U-Flowers.
It's just every time it always defaults to some of this goofy stuff with kittens or uwus or ayayas or whatever those other, I don't know.
We stand the as someone who showed up on LCK, we stand the ayayas and Jisun ayayas, we must.
All right. Well, I'm excited. What are you most excited for here in this draft? Because for me, it's got to be the top lane match. I love the Darius versus the Kench. This is going to be goofy, man. This is just classic melee top lane meatball battle, the way that Mark Merrill intended when he first invented this game back in 1875.
Yeah, Licks versus Axes, that's going to be a fun one. I will say I have seen Chime off-roll. We had one of the best games of Challengers I ever casted. It was a end of a regular season game, so people like roll swapped like on main, and they won. And I got to watch a support player try and play Vayne, your favorite champion, and it was very ugly.
Yeah.
But we also had fun with it. We're like, as casters, like me and it was Mad Magical at the time, we role swapped the fight, so I had to try and play a fight, and that's why when I learned that I sit in this seat, not in yours.
Dude, there was
and everyone else did too.
I remember one of the remote shows we had to do for LCS. We got 10 minutes into the game and Kobe's computer crashed, and so I had to solo cast it. And after about 5 minutes of trying to do the analytical thing, I just gave up. I just told the chat, I was like, look, guys, here's where I'm supposed to talk about lane assignments or macro planning, what they're going to be doing for the next 3 minutes. But I just straight up don't know. So we're just going to read some Skarner facts in the meantime and wait for the fight to break out. Look, I got respect for the analysts, man. The big brain, that's not my role. That's not my role.
I have respect for you guys, man. I run out of stuff to talk about. Like at least 5 times a year, like, because I just, we do challenges remote. Someone's gonna drop and something's gonna happen, and when that happens, I start talking about the liquids that I have on my desk quite a bit. Like, take a sip of tea here, guys. It's tough.
You just gotta
it's tough.
Find something to talk about, bro. Exactly.
Yeah, we run out of content real fast.
Oh, man. Okay, so we are loading into the game right now. Once we get into the rift, we'll be ready to go here for Captain's Draft mode. We're still waiting to figure out what the other team name is going to be. We've got Casper's Kittens, and I still don't know what the other one is going to be, so we'll figure it out.
I can do a favor and handle that team name for the majority of this one if you'd like, Flowers.
I would most appreciate that. That would be an incredible show of camaraderie for me.
I'll be one of the kittens, unfortunately. Anyway.
Be one of the... Team Not Bjergsen versus...
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no. Well...
All right.
Hey, it must be taking place at Worlds, because it's not Bjergsen, it's Jensen,
Yeah, it's...
Oh, got him there. All right. Yeah, see? Sponsored by FlyQuest.
All right. So we got Team Not Bjergsen going up against Casper's Kittens. We got Quad versus Inspired in the mid lane. Quad on the Cassiopeia that you're telling me is the absolute solo queue terror.
Yes.
We got Shaden piloting the Graves here in the jungle. That champion defines solo queue terror for me. Like, Graves is one of those dudes who it's just like, okay, you're letting your team know red buff is always contested no matter what. I believe that Graves players just have some sort of an implant in their brain that fires off every time enemy red is up, and they must always go to enemy red no matter what. I'm expecting to see some conflicts over that red in this one too, absolutely. Bottom lane, Karma and Pyke versus Kaisa and Nautilus. I feel like this one's going to get bloody and get bloody fast, man.
Yeah, you got to go in. Also, Jensen, if this is what Jensen AD might have looked like for Bjergsen, maybe that's why we never saw it, as he's got the Karma. It is very OP on this patch. And I also just want to highlight, yes, that Graves, it's going to level 1. I love Graves because, like, it's a champ where it's like, I'm going to play the game from spawn. It's just sometimes I also hate Graves because when I get Graves in my games, they also like to quit the game before 15 minutes, which I don't appreciate. But Quad, again, I just want to highlight, I do see someone in chat saying that LS says that Quad is the best Cassio in the world. I think Quad's Cassio is incredible. It's going to be a real treat. If you guys are not familiar with Quad or the gamer formerly known as Solka from the LCK, he's been really good this split. And excited to see him play a champ that he is fantastic at.
Best in the world. There's like 8 billion dudes in the world.
Yeah. And a lot of them play
the other 7,999,999,999 of them at Cassiopeia. That is a damn impressive feat, sir. I like it.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have to see if it lives up to it, as this is a big matchup here, making sure the Quad Cassio can overcome Inspired Orianna, who's trying to be Jensen. He's not using the right skin for it, so maybe he's trying to put a little bit of his own twist and flair on it.
All right, let's hop in. Let's do it. Let's see how it's going to play out here with the rosters all jumbled up. We got Team Not Bjergsen in the blue, Casper's Kittens here in the red, and the first kitten just might get smitten up here in the top side. Chime trying to run away. They aren't going to find him there with the Busio hook, so the Kench remains off the bench. What is that? Have I never seen this Pyke skins recall before? Was he in a giant worm?
Yeah, it's it's like mechanized Dune. It's kind of weird, but good for them. Hey, just before we get into the game as well, I want to shout out, this is of course a charity match. I'm seeing some new donors trickle in the bottom left where you see that QR code. If you guys are able to scan that or type !donate in the chat, you'll get a link to go support the Conservation Fund, which I think is a great cause, and cool to see FlyQuest, staying true to that brand that we all know and love. The Tree Quest is, you get a second look, Flowers.
There we go.
Is that good enough for you?
Thank you, production. Now I'm familiar with the giant robotic dune worm that comes out of the ground to allow him to recall. You can see right now, Surdy's all the way up in the forwardmost brush, exactly where Darius likes to start off a lot of his laning phases. Chime's just going to try to get away here, throws out the tongue. Run away, Kench. Oh, no, never mind. He's ready to battle. He's going to get the 3 marks on him, finds the stun. walks it off. He's still bleeding a little bit. You don't want to allow Darius to stack all those bleeds. And Surdy's just going to start stacking and attacking. He's chasing after Chime right now, but Shaden's coming in to back him up. Who's going to end up grabbing the first blood here? Oh, no, it's the first blood back over to Surdy, and now he's ready to fight Shaden. He tries to use the Kruggies to buy some time. He flashes back over the wall. One more auto attack's going to kill him off, and Shaden gives him the 12-gauge goodbye. Beautifully done. It's a 1-for-1 in the top lane.
Oh, and the quad, he already got a kill mid uninspired.
Wait, what? What? Okay, we need the replay of that.
Okay. Oh, well, there's a disadvantage for. Okay. Well, yeah. Inspired doesn't know this matchup. That's what we're gonna go with here. Quad kind of machine guns him down. Yeah. Well, Jensen might need to walk him through the Orianna matchup after this one.
Yeah, this is a hug tower and pray for gank, brother. Like, I feel like if you're solo kill at level 2, you are just doomed to beyond measure. Oh no. This Cassiopeia is going to become a problem, man. It's 2 minutes and 50 seconds into the game, and I can already tell.
Yeah, well, I mean, so far, Team Mid Bias, or a.k.a. Team Not Bjorksen's working out pretty good. Oh, Busio.
Hold on. Busio tries to get the stun there on Masu, but he just has to disengage instead. He'll regenerate a little bit, thanks to being Pyke. Quad lands the poison. Inspired is not having a great time here. Another poison lands at the very back end of the fight. It's so difficult for Inspired to even walk up to the wave, man. Jensen looking for the root down here in the bot lane. Oh, nicely buffered from Masu. This man is Spider-Man here in the bottom lane, 2v2.
Okay.
As Shaden fighting off the invade here from the Wukong. Sajid trying to apply some pressure here in the jungle, but another beautiful hook lands in the bottom lane. Masu just baits him in, and Bwipo knocks him down. Now Jensen's got to try to get away. Shaden still looking to keep the fight going here. Throws out the smoke grenade. Sajid has to get away from that one. It's Scuttle Crab control. It's a kill over the side of FlyQuest. I hate this. I always read the tags for the teams, but they're all FlyQuest. It's not a kill the side of FlyQuest. It's the kittens or whatever it is. Surdy's also controlling the top lane here. Got the wave shoved in. But Chime's got plenty of minions. He can still farm up here, but just gets pulled back with the Apprehend. Nicely used there with the Decimate. Chime's having a typical Darius lane experience.
Yeah, I feel like Chime, you know, I personally, you know, my peak in solo queue was a GM support player, and if I'm in Chime's shoes in this lobby, I'd very much be do what he's doing right now. Like, oh crap, I have to go up against a challenger top laner. Let me just lock in Tahm Kench and hold my own and try and make sure the rest of the map wins. Which unfortunately is kind of what things are looking like at the moment.
Yeah, it's totally even game right now. 2-2.
Yeah.
Gold not measurably different. It's going to be a lot of fun if this keeps up at this pace. I still think that we're going to see the biggest difference probably be over there in mid lane. Quads Cassiopeia, after you hyped it up, after we heard that LS thinks he's best in slot on this champion, I'm really excited to see what this guy pulls out as the game continues here. Busio throws out that hook, doesn't really find the mark, but Inspired with enough fancy feet to keep himself alive here. He still has the flash if he absolutely needs it, but man, once you're down flash against Cassiopeia, you're pretty much just enjoying the sights, sounds, and smells of the turret for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can see how Quad's playing that way. Like, he's dropping all the Qs past the minion waves so that he can keep it frozen, so it keeps on shoving into him. Yeah, he's just playing in front of the waves, so Inspire can't do anything. That trade comes in. Quad doesn't care it's even. He's just winning out on the creeps, and that's really well played and well managed by Quad, who, again, fantastic on this champ. He hit rank 1 in Korea, mostly playing Cassiopeia, and we already have seen him bust it out on the Challenger stage, and kind of fun to see him play it in the show match.
You know what I just noticed? Somebody in the Twitch chat said, if you look at the map, the LCS and Challenger teams are split by map. Everybody on the LCS squad's in the bottom half of the map as Quad goes in from Inspire, throws out the LT Inspire, trying to walk away, but Shaden coming in. They're looking to try to help their mid laner make this happen. Sajid and Busio both coming around from the side as Inspire's going to be dropped first, and now Quad's ready to go right back into the fight. Masu here in the front. Shaden looking to provide some damage. It ain't going to happen as Busio, Sajid, and Quad all work together beautifully to come out on top. 2-0 in a 3v3.
Great flash from Quad to get out of the queue from the Graves. Busio here to follow things up. Going to take another look. It's Masu trying. I mean, the captain needs assistance. It's a good hook, but a great buffer on the ultimate from Quad, and then he's going to be able to flash out of that one. So collateral damage, or I should say the Q from, you know, what do you like to call him there, Flowers?
Tomb's the gunman.
Yeah. The gunman Q. It was escaped.
The gunman Q. The gunman presses Q, you know what to do. Into the line. Surdy's proxy farming now, though. Chime is just, again, enjoying the lovely Darius lane experience. Jensen stepping up here, trying to cause some problems for Bwipo and Masu. Shaden coming around from the side. Masu's going to look to lead the charge, lock these guys down. Busio trying to get away here as Jensen heads for the hills. Busio heads for the side of the river, and they escape. Yes, he eats the Void Seeker on the back end of it, but he's not too worried about that. Nicely piloted by the blue side bottom lane. Team Not Bjergsen doing great here. What I was going to say earlier before we got the 3v3 in mid lane, 4 LCS players are the 2 bot laners.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, shout out to the last donation. Also, $1. Let me have your babies inspired. That's a lot. Okay, hold on.
Bwipo is already dead. Busio setting it up. Jensen with plenty of damage. Shaden's coming back around again. The 2v2 just will not stop. Jensen trying to get away. Shaden needs to get a little more. Oh, he goes in for Busio, but the second half of Into the Line ain't gonna find it. It doesn't hit the terrain soon enough. Now Busio still trying to fight, get right back away. The minions able to keep the auto attack from connecting as Shaden and Masu work together, looking to take down Jensen. A little bit more damage is needed. The aftershock proc. Yeah, buddy, there you go. That's the Masu damage that he needed to get the kill there. Trying to keep this game close.
Surdy's just vibing. I saw Surdy in the player cam walking back to lane. He was bopping to some music. Meanwhile, Quad, he's bopping Bwipo.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
Quad just coming around. Easy peasy. Pick that one up. Masu wants to try to get away. It ain't happening, baby. Here comes the snake bite. Oh, they want to give it away to Quad, too. They're just going to make sure this Cassiopeia is absolute raid boss status. 4-0-1 for Quad in the mid lane. Meanwhile, Chime going for the gobble. He uses the Devour to bring Surdy underneath the turret. Remember, because the Darius had the bleed applied, he's automatically going to take the turret aggro. Surdy tried to go back in for the flash execute, but it don't work. Style on him, Chime. Dance on his body. That is what Darius players deserve. Sorry, Darius players. We all had to say it. The rest of us, we're tired of laning against that champion.
Yeah, it's brutal, especially if you're a tank. Chime, he had a nice smile on his face after that one, so he's able to take him down. We had some all chaps going. What's happening, man?
What is happening, man?
Wow. Oh, man. See, that's why they're feeding Quad. It's about sending a message, you know?
This is beautiful, man. Now just, what's happening bottom? Jensen barely getting away as Masu and Bwipo take him down to 200. Sajed and Busio looking to reinforce now. Maybe they can find a play on the back end of this. Masu knocked up into the air here with a Wukong ulti popping off for the first cast. Cast number 2 still ready to go. Jensen grabbing the first kill as Bwipo's gonna drop now. A double kill for Jensen. Team Not Bjergsen up 9-4.
I got some smiles going on over here as, Quad, he's still chilling. Excited to see what he can get done this map because, again, this Cassio is really fed. Looks like it's going to be a Seraph's rush into... I don't know what's going to be next for the Cassio. Maybe, Roa, Rywise still get really tanky. I see a Mana Crystal, and then I see Inspired. Team Captain, what's going on?
Captain? Okay, well, unlucky. Unlucky.
Appropriate that the Pirate Champ took down the Captain, as that's a nice bounty for the rest of the team. Busio, he still has that ult up.
All right, Shaden and Masu want to try to contest this. Bwipo is still clearing out the remainder of the wave underneath the turret. Now he's ready to rotate over. Jensen only at 300 HP. Busio going to go over. Still had a little bit of timer left on that X marks the spot, so he just throws it out. But now the Cassiopeia ulti onto 2. Drake going to be claimed, secured by Sajed. Has Masu still here in the front. Sajed very, very low. The Wukong trying to get himself away, but Inspired's going to take the kill. As Jensen's still at 150 HP, he's going to get shut down. Inspired getting paid. Chime still looking, trying to find some more off of this. He's a tanky Kench, but that's still a Cassiopeia. Running low on mana, though. Masu's going to drop to Quad. He is unstoppable. Inspired going in for the shockwave, and he finds the shutdown. The Oriana's on the board. Another lick. And there's a shutdown. Inspired went from 0-3 to 4-3 in one fight. Let's go.
All right, he's got a smile back on his face, too. It was a tough start for him. Does look like it might be the Roa second for Quad. Does have that TP to get back into base. Meanwhile, Surdy had some free time at the top side, so he's able to keep on vibing, and now might take down his buddy Shaden.
Surdy wants it. He goes for the dunk. The bleed needs a little bit more. Shaden takes him with him, makes it a 1-for-1. Still plus 1,000 gold for the Darius up there in top lane. You can actually see it's all blue on the scoreboard here. Every single roll is a gold lead for Team Not Bjergsen, but Casper's Kittens kind of got the breath of life that they needed in that last fight with the Oriana grabbing 4 kills, but now Busio and Jensen looking for a 2v2 yet again. Masu only going to get the field gold there with the attempt on the anchor. as now he has to try to walk back to Bwipo, who just wants to clear out the minions underneath the turret here with the Acathian Rain. Masu going to be rooted up yet again, tries to drop the ulti on Jensen to get himself away from this one. Busio goes for the execute, and he's already found it. Nicely done there with a pike. Tries to throw out a hook to go after Bwipo, but he will not find the accuracy he needs. Jensen again, just throwing out some more of those spells. Another Grubby goes down. That's all 6 for Team Not Bjergsen. Double Void Might spawning on the turrets.
Yeah, I gotta say, Jensen really wanted to make sure that Bwipo had no fun playing Kaisa, picking the Karma, because, you know, just the Q pokes and the range really annoying. Bwipo looks like he's gonna go for the Muramana adaptation of this Kaisa. And he's also going to the Grace Ring, potentially.
Yeah, Bwipo, I don't know how well he's going to escape this one. Nice use of the Killer Instinct, though, getting on the other side of Busio. Still, what is that, 40 HP, 38 HP or something similar? That's not really a condition you can still keep fighting with. Busio wants to see if he might be able to kill him before he can recall. As Surdy takes the top lane tier 1 turret, that's going to be first objective for the game. Not neutral, I should say. But, okay, Chime's still just trying to walk away from this one. He does not want to deal with this Darius. He is down 25 CS. Shaden coming around from the side. Masu still looking to. Jensen's your target, flashing away from the anchor. Doesn't get caught by the lollipop. So that means that Team Not Bjergsen gets their boys out safe.
I think Dragon. Dragon looks like it's been hit. Yeah, looks like went over to blue. Shaden taking the bot crab. It's quiet at the moment. And I believe we might have some comms, a little bit of a listen in coming up.
Just, that's a greedy wave. That's a greedy wave.
Okay.
It's greedy.
Greedy wave.
It's hitting the wave. Careful now, listen mid.
I
want to leave.
Almost have it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you just take a reset. I'm here too.
I take this.
Nice. He wants to.
Game the same. I can face.
I might chase this guy.
I'm done. You see
Wrong here.
He can move.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
I can't cancel this base. He has no flash though.
Yeah, actually, I can't make it.
No worries. I'm catching bot
Maybe we
wave
can
here.
catch her here.
I'm done at all.
I'm so really strong.
Sound be me the one I hit the plate.
What? He hitting me?
I'm hitting.
Oh, but I'm...
All right. I mean, the boys are taking it pretty seriously.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think they might want some blood. Oh.
Inspired, seriously in some trouble there. Had to flash away. That was a 3-man attempt. Now we've got Shime, once again, trying to use the Devour to set his opponent up for doom. Surdy, ready to fight these guys back and forth. Oh my god, the dunk is there! Surdy makes sure he does not die alone. He takes the Graves with him. Shaden gonna see death number 3. It's death number 4 for Surdy, but he's creating space, right? He's making it so they always gotta send more dudes up here in the top lane.
And you know what? I was playing Darius, and I hate this champ too, but hey, it's a show match. I feel like Surdy, he's got the show match vibe coming. He's playing this like it's COD, you know? You just gotta leave your spawn, run forward until you die, and then you just do it again.
You know, that mindset is the same way that I like to play video games. It's why I was terrible at Valorant for the 10 games that I played Valorant. I would just buy whatever the shotgun was, buy one flash grenade, because I'm dead no matter what, and run down a hallway. Either me or the opponent is dropping first. I don't actually know how to play those games correctly. It's also the way I like to play League. PvP at level 3. Let's see if Inspired can survive this now. As, hold on, bottom side, we got a 2v1. Meanwhile, 3v1 dive back in the mid lane. Inspired's going to get dove, taken down by Busio, while Jensen tries to fight in the 1v2, but he's also killed away. Nicely done on both sides there. It ends up being a 1-for-1 across the map, as Inspired and Jensen, both team captains, end up being marked for death by the enemy squads.
All right. Well, at the moment, we'll see if Busio can mark anyone else for death himself, as of course hunting on the pike. I know this is the LCS time slot, Flowers, but I don't think this gets Busio out of his promise. I know that he said 10k followers for pike. He's still got to play it. I want to see him play it too, because he's damn good at the champion.
Well, hold on. We got a play coming out here in the bottom lane. Jensen's about to drop. One more hit'll do it. Masu's gonna get that one as Bwipo drops. Quad making his way into the fight now, and he is not scared of these guys. Busio throws out the hook, but Shaden with a fancy feet dodges at point blank range. 1v1 underneath the top lane tier 2 at the same time, as Surdy now manages to take down the turret, and Chime's got to be careful. Even though the Darius has a really bad health disadvantage, he's still in a good spot to try to take the fight. Chime ready to turn it right back around now as the dunk comes through. There's the Devour. That should be the kill. Nicely played by Chime here to grab the 1-for-1, or 1v1, excuse me. Got a little bit lost in the multi-fight chaos over the map. Sajed, again, going to grab a neutral objective here. He has been dominating the Baron pit so far with all 6 grubs and a Herald. Bottom lane, Busio with the execution. Quad trying to get away now from Shaden. He has the shield to make sure that he's not within execution range.
Quad.
Beautifully dodged, Busio! Goodness gracious! What was that?
That Pyke's nasty, man. That's the former mid laner. He's got the hands. He's got the Pyke. It has been a pick that he's been playing since he started playing support. Used to play at mid when he was back there, and Pyke was turbo dumb mid. I know there was like the one Worlds. I think it was like, what, season 8 or 9, where it was like rumored the Pyke mid was going to be meta. You know, that's the days where Busio was playing the mid lane when he was a young Zoomer. And it ain't bad.
That was so clean. Okay,
Yeah.
Whippo gonna try to kite
Jensen.
out Jensen here, make sure that he does not drop, and
Jensen.
still has the damage, but no, the cooldown on the inner flame is so low. Jensen still outplays it. He manages to grab the kill. Now he's gonna heal up with the Mantra W. He roots him, he shoots him. It's a double kill for Captain Jensen. Team Not Bjergsen just keeps it going.
You know, I was a little bit worried because that first Q that Jensen threw out, that one kind of went in the Narnia. But after that, it was hella clean. He was showing off the moves. The Malignant's Karma now has a Horizon Focus finished off in base. Jensen sending the message. Masu, he got the Nautilus treatment, you know. He's usually the marksman. He's usually to watch his support, try and fish for that. Didn't quite find that one.
Man, this game is quickly getting out of control for Team Not Bjergsen. They're going to grab another Drake. Casper's Kittens are struggling here. Like, it's hard to find an angle to get back into this one, and I don't think that was the angle they were looking for. Shaden in the middle of 2 now. Shockwave's gonna bring Sajed right back in, but he's still surviving with 50 HP. Busio goes for the X marks the spot, but he won't find it here just yet. Jensen looking to finish off the kill on the enemy mid, and he finds it. Inspired is down. Meanwhile, the Wukong still got away. Sturdy comes in from the flank, and Shaden drops. Another kill back over onto Whippo. It's a 3-for-0 so far, as Masu's about to drop now too. Oh my goodness, avert your eyes. It's a slaughter for Team Not Bjergsen.
Oh, man. I mean, watching Quad play this Cassio, man, I mean, this is the pick that he's played a lot of, and it's pretty easy to tell. As a lot of these Qs and the timing coming out, it's good. Even like that dive where he throws out the miasma on the ground, making sure it's just under the turret. I know it's Cassio basics, but when you watch someone that's like so good at piloting a champ, not only do they get the basics right, but also it's perfected, right? Like the mistakes are to the wayside, and some of these ults from Quad as well have just been absolute filth. I think he caught 2 in the back half there. Really fun seeing him show up in this pick.
Uh-oh. Shime. Okay, he's fine. He's fine. I was a little bit worried there for a second when the root came through. Okay, now I'm worried again. Busio coming in for the stun. Shime dodging away from it, but here comes the Cassio. Goes for the poison. Does find it. Another pull back onto the Tom Kench. He's just not strong enough to survive this, I don't think. Twin Fang finds him at the very back end of things. Now Masu trying to re-engage, finds Jensen, looks to lock him down, but Whippo's coming in for the damage. Not enough burst to kill off the Karma. Finally, Shaden grabs it with collateral damage over the wall. Now we got Whippo dropping to Busio. The dive continues. Shaden barely getting away. Shutdown back on Busio, but Quad finds another. End of the day, it's still a 2-for-3, but it favors Team Not Bjergsen again, even when the Kittens find something halfway decent looking. Team Not Bjergsen just does it better.
I can't believe that we actually found time to have a replay, considering we're almost at 3 kills a minute as Shaden flashes out. And then check out Quad in this fight. I mean, Blippo, he jumps in, he's dead. Okay, no, that was the other fight. He hit the 3-man. That's a nothing burger of a fight. I mean, that's just... the Kittens kind of we're running it down, let's be honest there.
Yeah, it was a little bit sloppy here. And then this comes out, this re-engages. Jensen just barely gets caught by the ulti from Shaden. Busio wants to keep it going, but unfortunately just couldn't quite find what he needed there. Shaden lives, but he's only going back to base to tell everybody about the horrors he saw in mid lane.
Don't look at the snake, guys. It's scary.
Don't look at the snake. Surdy, though, in the middle of 4. Sometimes that's where Darius wants to be, if he can survive long enough. Busio coming up, looking for an angle, looking for an entryway. Here comes the Tom Kench. They knock up the Darius. Shaden going on a killing spree. That's kill number 1. Going over to the Kittens. Sajed in the middle of everybody, tossing him up into the air, but it's a double kill back over to Shaden as Whippo's going to be taken low. Busio looking for the execute. He ain't going to find it just yet, and Busio dies now too. It's a 2v4. Chime is the only one dead on the side of the Kittens, but the problem is Jensen and Quad are strong as hell. Masu's going to be the first sacrificial lamb, and I think Quad wants some more. He'll keep on chasing after Shaden, but he doesn't have the speed to chase him down. Inspired, Whippo and Shaden all get away, and finally, for one of the first times this game, a fight favors the Kittens.
Yeah, it was a really nice ult from Whippo. It got out of the Pyke ult, so Busio, the reset chain, couldn't continue, as he had a couple ones set up there, but... blew a little bit forward, Quad a little bit late to the fight, but once Quad got there, the fight was over. Is this Cassio still a horror?
Yeah, that's how you can win. It's pretty much, if you're the Kittens, you have to fight wherever the snake is not. 10, 1, and 10. He's got a binary scoreline. He's just dominating the game. He's been part of 2/3 of the kills in a game that you rightfully said is about 2.5 kills per minute. The guy is just, this is a problem. If you're on the Kittens, you are not wanting to deal with this dude. If he's on the screen, just get out. Just leave.
Yeah, I think if I'm on the Kittens at this point, I'm coping as Inspired, and I'm like, why the hell didn't I get to first pick quad? Because this is the first pick of the draft, man. And Jensen, he's like, hey, man, he brought in a ringer. He brought in the best Casio in Korea to win the show match.
I mean, Jensen said he wanted to see quad versus Inspired in mid, and I guess we're seeing why. Jensen is ready to go on this one.
I mean, at this point, I don't know what Inspired was doing to Jensen in scrims. If this is the case, man. He's wishing his jungler ill will.
This is a problem, man. 9,500 gold for Team Not Bjergsen. I just now noticed the scoreboard at the top that says FlyQuest versus FlyQuest. It's good times. It's good times.
It is. I mean, this is what happens in the best of the West. You know, we gotta make sure that we push the propaganda of who truly is the best, and that is FlyQuest. Also, on the Rift, the best thing on the Rift at the moment is Baron. We don't have an Elder Drake spawning, and it looks like Team Not Bjergsen, they're looking at it.
Yep, Busio's got to be careful here. He's in a bit of a compromised position. Dashes back over the wall to make sure he stays safe. Whippo trying to find some damage on Sturdy, but Sturdy goes for the execution. Chime looking to save his buddy, but Shaden's going to be first to drop instead. Masu goes right with him. Yes, they trade back onto Sajed, but it's still a 2-for-1, favoring the side of Not Bjergsen. Now a beautiful apprehend coming down means Jensen and the rest of the boys are just running over him. Inspired's out of there. Whippo's out of there. Chime's the last one, but what's a Kench to do but ride the bench? Double kill to Busio. Ace for 1 for Team Not Bjergsen.
Well, this was a bit of a quad diff, you know? He kind of ran this game as Casio. Pretty impressive. I think we're pretty wrapped up with this one, Flowers. This is going to be Baron taken, and hey, for the blue side boys, not a bad look, as keep in mind, we're tracking wins for every single game. Quad gets to get back to 1-1. Jensen, his first pick carried him, you know? I feel like that's good captain diff.
I feel like the next game, because remember, the third game of the day is also going to be Captain's Draft. The next one's going to have, I feel like Quad is now a priority pick. If this guy, if they're going to give him Casio, or Casio is a priority ban, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, that's a case. Shout out to a latest donation we just had. Again, if you guys want to support a great cause in the Conservation Fund, you can type in ! donate or scan the QR code on your screen. Bjergsen's attorney actually putting in some money. Definitely biased towards maybe blue side, maybe not. I'm not sure if they're representing Bjergsen or not, given that it's Team Not Bjergsen. Might be a little bit of a trademark infringement coming in.
Yeah, that might be what we're looking at here. Bjergsen's attorney with the eyeball emoji, as now we've got Chime just dying before he can even pop the thick skin. It wasn't thick enough, as Masu and Busio trying to get away now.
Busio.
Oh boy, Busio's just ready to dive after him. Whippo's already dead. Masu trying to get out. Busio absolutely fearless here on the pike. 10, 5, and 2. Just play it in the LCS, bro. Just play it in the LCS. You are smurfing. I gotta see this.
It's damn good. It's damn good. Busio, again, has always really been a pike player. It really is a treat, as using the flash cam is really nice there, and this one is done and dusted. Shazad, he's Beyblading all over him.
Oh boy, let's see if we can get anything out of the shockwave here. Quad got hit, but it really don't matter a whole lot. Inspired at least gets the kill on Jensen, but now the Cassiopeia ulti locking up that enemy mid laner. The Orianna can't do much about it. They're taking it a little bit slow on the Nexus, seeing if they might be able to farm any more kills at the very back end of the game. As Shaden jumps in, they get the kill on Sturdy at least. Quad putting the auto attacks into the Nexus now. Goes after Inspired, but the minions in the game. GG, well played. It's Team Not Bjergsen taking down Casper's Kittens.
I mean, that was a terrifying snake, man. That thing was very scary from Quad. There's definitely a reason that he was able to play that thing the rank 1 Korea. And look at him. He's just calm, cool, and collected in the cams. He's like, nothing happened.
Just another day of enemy team not banning Cassiopeia.
Yeah, I feel like Jensen's at least got to dab him up or something, you know?
Yeah, there's got to be something here, but no, that was absolute domination. Quad and Busio both popping off like crazy, constantly being an issue. Jensen's bot lane karma was also just not answered by Masu and Whippo's Nautilus and Kaisa combination. Honestly, just a show of absolute dominance coming out from Team Not Bjergsen here.
Yeah, I like that one for sure. Fun to see the guys playing, as I know a lot of them are in the office. And hey, for fans of FlyQuest and Game 3, I think we're going to have a special guest to make sure we get a captain's draft. Whippo versus LS will be a fun one.
Whippo versus LS for the captain's draft. This is going to be great for game number 3. I am looking forward to this. Get LS in here. Get some of that spice. Get some of the big brain planning going on. Get the mastermind in here for our final game of the day for our charity show match. And a reminder to all y'all, remember that you can use the QR code that shows up on the screen pretty much all the time. It might be around a couple different spots here and there depending on where we are, but you can scan that to donate to the Conservation Fund if you want to contribute to the cause that we're doing this here for today. Donation incentives popping up on your screen right now. You can see we are at $2,244 raised.
Oh, we're getting
close. That
close.
we are within about $250 of the pros building and a seat chairs and a seat chairs content. So we got that coming up if we get a little bit more donations. Honestly, with how it's been going so far, I expect us to clear that goal. We already got some cool stuff coming up, going your way. It should be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you all so much for everybody who has been donating, supporting, working towards this cause. We sincerely appreciate you. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Basil and I were watching to the side. Let's get us in there. Okay, I think we saw IRL Medusa in that game because everyone was trying to stone from this Cassiopeia. Understandably, Quad was probably like, oh, I got my chance to play against LCS in front of the viewers. Game 1 didn't go his way, and you know what happens when you queue up for a game, it doesn't go the way you want? You lock in your main and crush. That's the way that everybody climbs. So Quad definitely coming up big here. Basil, have we got a reaction cat already?
Yes,
Has something
we
turned to
do.
stone? Let us see what our resident cat creator has put together here, because there was some obvious things to hit. Okay, we're going full screen on this one.
Oh no.
Walk me through this. Walk me through this.
So watching this entire game, you know, first we got the inspired Cam, watching him kind of run around with his floating ball dying, and then it just kept happening. And kept happening, and then kept happening. So as you can see, we have Sawjet spinning around in the back, Surdy in the back, and Busio and Quad jumping inspired.
Man, your cat pike goes really hard. Your cat pike goes so hard, and yes, inspired's tears. Well, very pronounced.
Where's Jensen of all this? Was he the captain? Is he looking from above?
You see, like, he kind of just existed, so I was like, do I really draw the karma here? So, yeah.
Kind of a good draft.
Yeah, I mean, Jensen just hired some Zoomers,
there,
right?
So,
he hired some Zoomers to do his dirty work. Isn't that what every, overlord does?
I mean, he didn't even play ADC, so, like, should I really draw him? So, that's why we didn't include him.
We can see the players are bantering around here. Quad, nonplussed. He's feeling good about what he did in that game, but... Yes, when we saw the donations up, we have already hit what I am calling the LCS match, because we do have Last Shadow. He will be drafting against Bwipo. To me, these are two of the biggest brains. Whenever you get into draft strategy with these two, whether it's on cast or in theory, they have a lot going on there. But we're going to have to find a way to, work out who gets first pick. We have to work out who gets advantage. So after the break, when we get to that, I'm not sure if we're ready for break yet. I'm checking production here. Sounds like we probably will be soon. We are ready for break. When we come back, we're going to have some trivia to work out who gets first pick. LS is going to be asked 5 questions about Bwipo. Bwipo is going to be asked 5 questions about LS, and we'll see how their knowledge of these two longtime friends goes. And then one last show match before we call it. So please, before we go to break, remember the donate link is on the screen. ! Donate. Let's get it up to the 5K. We're matching every dollar to dollar so far. FlyQuest on the hook for $22.50 as well. We'll come back and let's get into this final game. Best of the West. 2 games in, 1 more to go.